Thank you, Mr. President. Permission in the course of this speech to read from written materials, please.
Will you do so?
Thank you. Colleagues, as the good senator from Central Oregon said, we have a problem in this building. We've talked about it some. We have not apologized yet. This problem, sexual harassment, sexual assault, touching without consent, happens all over this building. It happens in our offices. Sometimes it happens while we're standing right there and we've become so used to it, we don't say anything about it. Sometimes it happens and we've become so used to it, we don't say anything about it when it's happening to us. You can all go and watch the video of my intimate parts being touched without my consent right here. It's been 3 years since the first time that I went to leadership to ask for help with that situation. Despite that, my perpetrator was able to hurt other people in much more significant ways. Now, we've had a lot of fractured relationships over this issue. We've had some difficult conversations. I have spent a lot of time considering whether or not I even want to continue being a member of this body. We have had a bully complaint in which we use the idea of confidentiality to drag out a process, saying we were protecting the very women that needed that investigation, that complaint, a complaint we told them was available to them in order to get remedy. The taxpayers, by the time we pay our own legal fees and the amount of that settlement, will be out close to $2 million for the actions that happened here because we did not act. And as of today, we have women who have left this building because people won't hire them anymore because they complained. People that have left this building because they don't feel safe here and have moved to a different state. We have had women that have left because they no longer want to accept being touched without their consent as a condition of employment, and yet every person in power still has their job. No person that could have stopped this, has engaged in this, has paid a fine. Nobody has had a vote on the Senate floor. Even the person that did this to these people got to negotiate his own exit and got paid for work that he did not do. What does that say to our staff? We have a resolution. Supporting survivors is not about presiding over a bill. It's not about introducing legislation. It's not about voting yes on a resolution. It's about what we do every day. It's about asking people for their consent before we use their words, their stories for our own purposes. It's about doing the right thing in the moment that really makes a difference for people who are scared, like the senator from Central Oregon. I will never forget standing in my dining room after my name was in the paper, and I saw his name on my phone, and I thought, oh, he's going to be mad. He's going to be mad. Do I want to answer the phone? I just don't have it in me. And I answered the phone, and he said, I saw what you said, and I want you to know I believe you, I support you, and I'm here to do whatever it takes to make this better. And he did. And he made sacrifices for that. That's not a bill. That's not presiding over a session. That's not voting on something. That's not words or a speech. That's action that actually changed my life, and I would say changed whether I ultimately filed a formal complaint and where we landed. So thank you to the good senator from Central Oregon. May we all be more like that. For our staff, may we all be more like that. May we not be so immune to what it's like here that we walk past, that we say we have more important things to talk about. It's time to move on. It's not time to move on until we have genuinely apologized and told these people that we believe them, that we know it was not just that one man, that we're going to hold people accountable that should have done more, that didn't. and that we return the story to the place that it belongs. This is all played out as senators. The people that are hurt the most are the people that work for us, the people that talk to us, the lobbyists, the staffers, the interns, the people that could have fabulous careers and be great leaders, and they've left because they don't want to sacrifice their very bodies and their dignity to do that work. And they have looked to us, and I have failed to stand up and do what's right in time to make it better for them. This resolution today is about survivors. This resolution today was written by women and men who have experienced sexual assault and sexual harassment. This resolution, this day, is about them. It's not about any of us. It's not about whether we can take a vote and add it to our resume and credentials of, boy, I like women, boy, I support survivors. This is about their voice. And that's why I want to close with the words of what this is like to work in this building. This is a statement that I was asked to read on the Senate floor by one of the lobbyists that was identified in the D. Rubinoff report. These are her words about what it's been like to be here. And I hope that we can remember this and challenge ourselves about how we can be better. I don't want to be Me Too'd. Yes, you heard that right. During an otherwise innocuous but necessary conversation, a member in Senate leadership said to me, I don't want to be Me Too'd, because I asked them if they had my work contact information so they could contact me. They said this to me, apparently not knowing who they were talking to. Maybe they thought it was funny. But it wasn't funny. I didn't challenge this person on their statement. I didn't ask them for further explanation. I stayed silent. But right now, in this moment, through this proxy, I am no longer shackled by the confines of politics or politeness or society's expectation that women must be nice. So my response is as follows. Oh, you don't want to be Me Too'd? Well, I didn't want to be born into a culture that continues to reward the cisgender old white male. I didn't want to be thrust into a society that oppresses and marginalizes women and girls, gay and trans people, people of color, and anyone else who doesn't match your privilege. I didn't want my body to be touched against my will. Touched against my will. Please don't touch me against my will. I didn't want to cry on my kitchen floor, worrying about how someone else's actions have brought me to this point in my life where I must weigh my word against your power, my bodily autonomy against your lifetime of getting away with it, my silence against justice. So you're afraid? Me too. Thank you, Mr. President.
The question